Let's see how to enter and edit panels in CYPE 3D. To do this, we open the Load menu at the top of the interface. A panel is a closed polygon that distributes the defined loads over its surface. To introduce panels, we select the corresponding option and left-click on the points forming its outline. For example, we can select the 4 vertices from a slope of the roof and then validate our selection with the right mouse button. Now, to indicate the distribution direction, we left-click on one of the auxiliary lines located on the sides of the panel. The program will load the bars perpendicular to the distribution direction. Therefore, if we wish to apply the load to the transverse frames, the distribution direction will be the direction of the purlins. We right-click again and the Loads on Panel window opens, where we can introduce one or several loads associated to the panel in different load cases. These loads are applied over the entire surface of the panel. To apply loads on a specific part of the panel, we keep this table empty and then draw surface loads on the geometry of the panel. If the panel is not parallel to the global XY plane, 2 tabs are displayed, one for uniform loads and another for loads that vary depending on the height. If the panel is horizontal, only the uniform load table is displayed. The buttons at the top allow us to add, copy and delete loads. To enter a load, we click on Add and select the load case from those available in the drop-down menu. Then, we check the positive direction of the loads, which is automatically determined according to the selected load case. The loads corresponding to wind load cases are applied to the panel perpendicularly. In this case, the program displays the coordinates of a unit vector representing the direction of a positive load. The loads for the remaining load cases are applied vertically following the direction of the global z-axis. By default, the positive direction is downward vertical. Finally, we enter the value of the load, which can have a positive or negative sign depending on its application direction. For uniform loads, we simply define a value for the entire surface. For loads that vary depending on the height, we must enter 2 values: the value at bottom level and the value at top level of the panel surface. Once we accept, the program will enter the panel into the model. The following option in the Load menu allows us to edit loads on panels. Once we click on it, we select one or several panels and confirm with the right mouse button. Then, the Loads on Panel window reappears, where we can edit the applied loads in the selected panels. If we have made a multiple selection of several panels, the information in this window corresponds to that of the first selected panel, so we can match the loads between them. We are also going to modify the distribution direction of the loads of a panel. To do this, once the panel has been defined, we indicate the new direction by left-clicking on one of the auxiliary lines located on the sides of the panel. Using Move Panels, we modify the geometry of the polygon that defines the panel. To move a panel, we start by selecting it. Then, we left-click on the vertices of the polygon to be moved and confirm our selection with the right mouse button. Next, we left-click on a reference point for the displacement and then on the destination point where we wish to move the indicated reference point. We validate the operation by right-clicking the mouse again. Lastly, we use Delete Panels when we wish to delete specific panels and their associated loads. To do this, we select the panels with the left mouse button and finally confirm the deletion with the right mouse button.